We all use it, we all need it. Stats show too many of us owe it. Check out this graphic. It shows student debt quadrupled in 10 years. From 2004 to 2014, $1.1 trillion. Student debt is part of the election talk, of course, and candidates have plans and they've got promises for how to lessen the debt, make school more affordable, on and on and on. But politics aside, let's talk the finance part of it. We've got finance expert Matt Logan. And first up, the cost of college versus what folks make. That has really changed.
Right. If you look at the chart here, you can see the cost of college has gone up significantly year over year. And actually even 2007, you see median income start coming down well below the cost of college. So those two numbers are, those two lines are very important.
Yeah, because that red median line shows you that is the cost of living, and then so that the median income there, and so it now is below what that tuition is. So that's a problem. So certainly added to the debt issue for students because of that. Mom and dad couldn't help as much. Students take on more debt, more loans, because the conventional wisdom is if I get a better job, I get a better education, then I can get out of this mess and I won't be repeating the same thing maybe.
Right. You can see we've got another chart here that's going to show how much education you've got and how it lowers your chances of unemployment as well as your expected income the further along you get in education, all the way up to doctoral degrees. That combined with the relative ease of gaining that debt.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is, I mean, on the norm of what most of us think, right? The higher education, the better off we are. So while that shows that higher ed does pay off, this isn't a free card to just rack up a whole bunch of debt. We really have to look at what we're going to study and what the job is going to be versus the debt that we have.
Right. We need to look at it as an investment. So we need to look at how much you're going to planning on running up in debt or spending on education, and then what your expected payoff would be in salary upon graduation.
Okay, and there's a recommendation here that we want to be able to give a guideline of knowing what your industry pays versus your debt. So when you're researching, hey, this is going to be my job and this is what the pay is for my first year of my job, the debt should not be...
I recommend half of what your annual first year salary is. So if you're planning on graduating and making $40,000, you don't want to run up above $20,000 in debt.
Gotcha. And then the last part of that is, hey, we all want to stretch it to the 5 years versus the 4 years, but you can cut your debt by 25% if you do that. All right. One more quick thing. You should never rob your retirement to pay for your kids' education.
Absolutely
Ever.
not.
Okay. Matt has a list of majors and their payoffs. We're going to be putting that online, and you can check it out in the Two Wants to Know section.